Sensory perception, cognition, visual and auditory stimuli. What are they? No, what are they? What does that mean?
It's brain stuff.
Brain stuff. You can't just shout brain stuff. That's not helpful at all. Competitive Call of Duty requires players to absorb dozens of layers of information simultaneously to make split-second decisions that can determine the course of a map, match, or a season. Sometimes it can feel like chaos, but luckily, the brain has a way of sorting it out. We talk to neuroscientists, performance specialists, and players to break it down.
When you look at Call of Duty or any video game, it seems like there's a huge amount of sensory overload. There are so many things going on at once around you, and it seems like absolute mayhem.
It's not even just visual information, it's also auditory information. People are talking, you're hearing sounds, you're hearing footsteps, whatever. How does the brain process all this information and know what to do with it?
To a person who's been playing Call of Duty for years and years and years, those things are part of their pattern recognition. But there are ways that you can manage your attention.
Your brain is really equipped with a whole attentional network across the brain that is meant to help you focus and regulate. There's been cool work that's been shown where if you measure activity in visual cortex, even to some basic stimuli, when you're told to pay attention, activity is modulated from these frontal areas that control attention to increase activity and to pay attention to those things. So your brain is equipped with this entire system, whether you're playing COD or not, to regulate what to pay attention to. Otherwise, we would just be so confused because there's just an infinite amount of information at all times.
I'm looking at the entire screen at all times. I see the minimap and the kill feed, but I'm also in my zone focusing on my game.
Here comes Methods! Here comes Methods!
What a pinch.
The lovely flank! The pinch is in!
I'm reacting based on what I hear and what I have to react to, right? There's stuff that's said to me that I don't have to react to.
The audio and visual systems of the brain are in concert and in some way opponent for attentional resources all the time. Your attention span is not infinite. The intentional resources of the brain are not infinite. You can think of it as a pool of resources that have some limitation, and you have to dictate those things at any given point in time on specific things, right? And it's no different inside COD.
You have the in-game sound cues that can sort of help you navigate the map and learn timings and figure out where people are coming from, but most importantly, you have the audio of your teammates. They're constantly, and I mean constantly, flooding the comms with information.
One more. Nice guy.
I prefer to have more comms orientated than over gameplay. I just like to hear what my teammates are saying, and I can judge my gameplay off the comms, whereas I know a lot of players like to judge their gameplay off who's around them, what's around them, what's going on around them.
It allows me to hear what my teammates are saying, and I feel like that's way more impactful than hearing a guy running up behind me. But I know a lot of people that love playing with high game sound, which I don't know how they do that, because if you have loud game sound and loud comms, I swear you can't think sometimes.
Communication is super critical while playing. I mean, we talked about how in COD there's this whole, rush of information at all times that you're using to make decisions. Some of that is audio, some of that is visual, and you have to combine these things together to make decisions based on what's happening. And through teammate communication, you're getting information of things you can't see. It's like you're in different places in the map at all times. Now, the quality of that information and how quickly it can be digested and understood is incredibly critical. If it's something that doesn't make a ton of sense and takes extra time to process, that's going to degrade your performance and how quick you're able to make decisions and to perform correctly.
If you're unable to communicate what you see and play with your teammates or let them know what you're doing, we're not playing COD or team-based COD. We're just playing pickup COD at that point.
Sometimes players can get a bit too focused and their comms seem to drop a bit, and that's when looking at your minimap is going to come in handy, because you have to see where they are on the map and see also where people are shooting on the map. So it's something that gives you that extra bit of information and helps your decision making, really.
You get free information from the minimap that your teammates don't need to communicate to you. If you look at the player cams, you'd see my face go left to right all the time. So it's very important to have that awareness, especially when it comes to those close, hectic games.
Wait a minute! Oh my What the hell was that?
Also, the kill feed's very important to know where the next enemy is going to be at.
Noticing in your kill feed how many people are dead, who's still alive, or if you're looking for someone, you kind of make decisions off that. That's what I tend to do.
The mini-map and the kill feed are just part of the game, right? You have to be looking at both at all times while also focusing on your gameplay at all times.
That's why we practice for 6 hours a day. It's to get those tendencies down.
We truly are locked into everything simultaneously.
It's a constant interplay and balance between audio detection and discrimination and visual detection and discrimination and decision making. So while they largely occupy maybe different networks in the brain, they compete for the same attentional resources to be deployed.
And there you have it. Without a doubt, the pinnacle of cerebral performance has to be a map of Hardpoint in the Call of Duty League. How's that for brain stuff? Make sure to check out all the other episodes of Call of Duty League R&D, where we science up some of the Call of Duty League's biggest questions. I'll see you in my kill feed, because I'm killing you, not the other way around.